Hello everyone, welcome to Sale-a-Bration Sunday. This is my Sunday Facebook Live in my VIP group where I showcase a different celebration item every month. Today we are going to be talking about the Hippo Dies, and we are making this adorable little card box and a card in a box. I'm not sure of the official term of it, but it's super cute, whatever it is. That's what we're going to make today. But before we do, let's just get to a few things that I want to remind you about. First of all, paper pumpkin for August. The subscription period is open. If you want this paper pumpkin, look how gorgeous this box is, first of all. So stinking gorgeous. So if you want this paper pumpkin, make sure that you subscribe by August 10th. There's also going to be 2 ink spots in this one. You're going to get a stamp set, you're going to get 2 ink spots, and then supplies for 9 cards, and they're going to be gorgeous. Also, Sale-a-Bration, you can subscribe for a 3, 6, or 12-month kit. I think it's 3, 6, and 12. You can subscribe for a 3, 6, or 12-month subscription to Paper Pumpkin, and then you get Sale-a-Bration products on top of that. So this is a great time if you want to just pay for your paper pumpkins all at once. This is a great time to do it. You get double the benefits because you get all the Sale-a-Bration perks, and then you get paper pumpkins sent to you for free for the next 3, 6, or 12 months. It's a great deal. All right, back to school tax information. If you are in a state that offers a tax holiday for back to school shopping, I posted the link to this file. I know the print is super small, but you can save on Stampin' Up! Stuff during those back to school tax-free weekends. Lots of stuff like adhesives, markers, colored pencils, scissors, all kinds of things are tax-free. So if you are one of the states that is a tax-free school supply weekend state, make sure you look up when your state holiday is, and then you can look up what is on sale during that state holiday, and then you can shop. All right, if you are shopping, make sure you head to my online store, use this host code. This is my July host code. This will only be good for another week or so. We're almost to the end of July, and then I will have a brand new host code up for August. So if you're shopping those back to school tax-free holidays and your tax-free weekend comes in August, like New Mexico's, make sure to watch for that August host code. All right, Sale-a-Bration. We are almost to the end of month 1. There's only 2 months of Sale-a-Bration. Now, products in the Sale-a-Bration catalog are only available while supplies last. And I didn't get a chance to log on to the demonstrator website and see if anything is sold out. So far, the only thing that I know has sold out are the cards and envelopes, the pool party and soft seafoam cards and envelopes. But today, we are going to be working on the Hippo Dies. Now, we've already done the Hippo stamp set, but today we are using the Hippo dies. We're using tons of the dies. We're building an entire scene. It's going to be adorable. These dies are so stinking cute. Now, if you don't have the hippos, think about what other little stamps you do have that you can you can add these little elements to. The glasses will fit on lots of different stamps. The little snorkel stuff that we're using today can fit on lots of different stamps. Lots of different things can fit in the little boat and the little pail. So, look around with your stamps. You don't have to have the hippos to use the dies. Of course, they do come with some of the dies to cut out the hippo specific things, but there's also amazing things in here. There's flowers, there's hearts, there's little grass pieces. This little umbrella would be cute if you were doing like a baby shower or bridal shower. Just maybe do a line of them across the card. That would be really cute. So lots of good little accent pieces that you can use with multiple stamp sets, not just the hippos. So look around what you have and see what you can use these with. Now these are free with a $50 order. We are using them with the Hippest Hippos because I love these hippos so much. This is free with a $50 purchase also. So if you spend $100 during Sale-a-Bration, you can actually get them both for free. Now remember, they're only available while supplies last. So if you do love those hippos and you do love the Hippo dies, make sure you get them sooner rather than later. All right, so this is what we are making. This is I'm calling it a card box. It is a card. It actually folds in 2 and fits in flat. Folds flat and fits into an envelope. And I meant to grab an envelope to show you guys. And then when your recipient gets it, it just kind of pops open like a box and it will just sit there. And then there's plenty of room for you to write a message on the back if you want to write a message. But this is what we're going to make today. And I used to make these all the time. And then I stopped for some reason. You get on these little kicks but this this was just so cute. I had to bring back the card in a box, or the box card, or whatever people are calling it. So we're going to make this. We're actually going to start with the box. Now, I've cut my 2 flaps off here, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. If you could leave those if you wanted it to look more like a box, but I love it this way. So let's do our scoring. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock. I'm using Balmy Blue. Get my Simply Scored out. You're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 by 5. Now you could make this 5.5 if you wanted. It will fold up to, you know, the standard size card, 5 and a. If you make it 5.5, it'll be 5.5 by like 4. But I put mine a little lower than 5.5, just so that you can extend past the edge of the card here. If you weren't planning on extending past the edge of the card, you can go all the way to 5.5. So I hope that makes sense. But for this one, it is 5 by 8.5. And we are going to score at 2, 4, 6, and 8. So super easy. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then you're going to turn it, and you're going to score it at 2 inches, but you were only scoring on these 3 panels. So when I turned it, I made sure that this 1/2 inch panel was facing me. It was down at the bottom. And we're going to score it at 2, but we're going to stop when we get to this one right here. So we're not going to go all the way across, okay? I hope that makes sense. This is actually going to be our top. It's going to go like this. This is the top. These are the flaps that are going to fold down. All right, that's all. Well, you know what? That's not all the scoring. I said it was all the scoring, but it's not. We have 2 little tabs that we need to score. So these are 3 1/4 by 1, and we're going to score it at 5/8 on each side. So we're just going to flip it, and we're going to do 5/8 on each side. These are going to be the little tabs that we actually glue into the box and make everything pop up. So 5/8 on each side. Okay, and all the measurements are in the video description. They'll all be on my blog when we're done, so you don't have to worry about writing anything down. Get rid of that. All right, grab your bone folder, and we're going to start with our box. Go ahead and fold on all of those score lines that we did on the long side. And then we're not going to worry about folding on these just yet. Grab your scissors, and we're going to turn it upside down. I told you this was going to be the top. The long side goes on the bottom. Those 2-inch tabs go on the top, but we're going to turn it upside down just for trimming purposes. So this is going to actually fold around like this. This will be our back. The piece that's not scored will be our back. And so the piece that's going to be the front will be this middle piece. So this is the one we're going to keep. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off this one. I'm going to cut that one off completely. So use that score line to guide you. Cut that off completely. And we're going to cut this one off too. I'm just going to cut down it real quick because I want to show you kind of, if you wanted to leave them, you could. You would just cut down these vertical tabs, and you could leave that. So, and then I'm just going to kind of eyeball where that line is, and we're just going to cut this off right here. This doesn't have to be super exact because it's going to be glued to the back anyway. Okay, so we're going to end up cutting this piece off, but let me show you. So we're going to just fold this down. This will get glued like this. So this is our front of the box, but if you wanted it to look more like a box, where the box was like open, this tab would be there. So you can leave this tab if you wanted, or leave both tabs, but I don't want it to look like that, so we're going to go ahead and cut that off. We're just going to leave that front tab. I hope I'm not confusing you. There's a couple of different ways that you can do this. Ooh, I nearly threw away my little tabs. Keep those. Okay, so now we'll burnish that one. And we're going to go ahead and assemble this so you can see how it's going to go together. It's going to go together just like that. Isn't that cute? All right, so a little bit of tear and tape on this side. You want to use a strong adhesive, tear and tape, Stampin' Plus, Tombow, anything super strong. And as long as we have this out, we're going to put some tear and tape on the ends of each of these, just right past that score line on each of these little tabs. Okay, and then we'll be done with our tear and tape. All right, so I'm going to give that a good burnish, peel that off, and we're going to just adhere that down, just like that. And so now you have pretty much the base of your your little box. And it will fold both ways, whichever way you want to fold it. It'll fold flat both ways. So that is our little base. All right, now we're going to go through and put in our little tabs. So make sure to give these a good burnish. And I'm going to fold them both going in the same direction with the adhesive out. And we're just going to start with one. And we're going to space these evenly. So what I'm going to do with these first ones, with this first one, is I'm going to line up these ends with the very back of the box here. So it's going to kind of touch the back of the box. And then they're just going to adhere to the side. Just like this. And I'm using the same color for my tabs. You can use a different color. You can even use window sheets so that these are kind of invisible. But I just bumped those up to the back here and then just adhered them down on the side. And then for this one, so that we can get equal spacing of all of our tabs, we're going to do the same thing. And we're just going to bump up these ends to the piece we just glued in. So just kind of stick that in there. Adhere the sides, just like that. And then you have like equal spaced little tabs to glue things. All right, and then just give it another little press. Make sure everything is folding flat both directions, which it is. So that is the base of your little card in a box, okay? Super cute. We're gonna set that aside and we're gonna do our stamping. So let me bring this in so you guys can kind of see where we're going with this. So let me bring in a scrap piece of white. We have our hippo, of course. Remember, if you're just using the dies though with a different stamp set, just stamp whatever you want. So we're going to use this little guy that's walking. We're going to end up putting him in a boat, but he's, I think, maybe my favorite. I like him the best. All right, so that was in black memento because we're going to color it with Stampin' Blends. And then I have some Pacific Point, and I have the greeting that says "Love you a ton." And I'm just going to stamp this on the edge down here, and we're going to trim that out. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be straight. None of that. Okay, get to coloring. Now I'm going to color my hippo Pool Party. I'm not going to color him gray. We're going to color him Pool Party. So let's start with that. So I have the Pool Party combo of the dark and light, and I'm going to start down here on the side of his face, and that's going to be darker. And then right above his little nose here. If you've seen me color any of the hippos in any of my other videos, we're doing it basically the same way. Now I have one way to color these guys, and I think it looks pretty good, and so that's the way I do it. So we're just going to blend the dark. If you need to go in, if you want to add a little bit more dark, you can. Just a little shadow there. I love these guys in like non-traditional colors, like, you know, Pool Party. I think they'd be cute, and I mean, you could do it in balmy blue to match the card. I think it'd be cute in like mint macaron too. I think they're very cute. They're already cartoony, so you don't need to necessarily go super realistic with them. All right, now the bottom half of him, or the bottom like third of him, is going to be covered up, so I'm not even going to take time to color all the way down. We are going to color this little arm. So these are the dark places. I'm going with the light. And I'm just going to leave his little toenails white. You can color them if you want, but I think it's okay just to leave them white. Okay. And just kind of blend that out. I think my Pool Party is, I think I'm due for a new Pool Party set of blends. My light Pool Party is getting a little low. Okay, so for his tummy and his snout, I'm using the Stampin' Blends Light combo. So this is Stampin' Up! 900 and 1000. So these are the lightest two. I'm going to start with the 900. And now I think this is what I used on this guy. I colored this guy long time ago, and I didn't write down what colors I used on him. So I'm just guessing that this is what I used. So our guy today might turn out to look a little bit different, but I think we're going to be pretty close. So that was 900. Then I'm going to go in with the 1000. And I'm just going to just kind of blend that a little bit. And I'm going to come up this side a little bit. I'm leaving this part almost completely white. And his little tummy, I'm just going to blend out a little bit. All right, and I'm going to come in with my color lifter and just kind of blend that line, just so it's not such a harsh line. And the same down here on his belly. And that's pretty much all the coloring. That's it. Put these off to the side. Super cute, right? I mean, we didn't color the bottom half of him, so he looks a little weird, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna cut this off. We're gonna die cut him. Let me cut our greeting real quick. So I'm just gonna use my paper trimmer for this. I'm gonna just, oops, you know, let's start this way. I have a flat edge this way. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. Doesn't have to be perfect. You could, if you had a small die, you could absolutely use a small die for this, but I think that looks pretty good. We'll just trim the ends. So we'll set that aside. We have that ready to go. Get rid of that. All right, let's do some of our die cutting. Now I've already die cut some of my pieces, but let me pull in the other pieces that we're going to die cut. So we're going to die cut the little, you know, lifesaver thing. Now I've put a piece of foam adhesive on the back. You can see kind of the dimensional adhesive. So the foam adhesive sheets, let me get one out for you guys. Let me see. So they come in a package like this. They're foam adhesive, and they are basically just solid sheets of dimensionals. They are fantastic. So they're not cut like dimensionals, so you can trim them, you can die cut them, you can do whatever you want with them, but they're basically just a sheet of dimensionals. They're fantastic. So I've put one on the back of this one. We're going to die cut the little, you know, lifesaver wheel, or, you know, tube thing with that, and that will give it some dimension, and then we won't have to worry about adding tiny little dimensionals to this. So we have that ready to go. Now for my water, for all of my little guys, I cut out of Bermuda Bay and Coastal Cabana. I cut 2x2 squares, and I've already cut the waves out of both of my Coastal Cabanas and one of my Bermuda Bays. So we're going to do the waves with our last Bermuda Bay. We have our boat that we need to die cut. This is Pacific Point. And then the last thing that we're going to die cut are the scuba gear. So your little snorkel thing and your goggles. I've already done a lot of the other die cutting, and we'll get to that in a minute, but I wanted to do those in advance. Now, because these are super small and skinny, I'm going to add an adhesive sheet on the back of these. So similar to the dimensional sheet, these are adhesive sheets, and so they're like stickers. I'm just going to cut a piece of this, and let's see. I'm going to peel off the backing on this, maybe. On camera, it's going to like fight me because, you know, the camera's on. It knows. I should have done it, just pulled it off the sheet, but all right, guys, bear with me. How's everybody's Sunday going? We're trying to get some yard work done today, so I took a break and came in. All right, so I'm just going to stick that on there. Stick the sticky side on, and when you die cut, make sure that you die cut on the non-sticky side, and this will make it a sticker, so it'll just stick right on. All right, so that is ready to die cut, and then we have our little hippo guy. It's going to be die cut, so let me grab just a piece of washi tape, and we'll hold him down with washi tape. I can't find my Post-it tape. I think I have an idea who took my Post-it tape. Same person who takes my Scotch tape too. It's my daughter. I think she steals all of my tape. I don't know where it all goes. I'll find it in her room someday. All right, grab your cut and emboss machine. You can also use your mini cut and emboss machine. All of these will fit in your mini. We have number 1, 2, we have 3. All right, so we're gonna just put these all on here. We have the boat. We have our little, whatever you want to call that, life preserver. We have our snorkel gear. I can pick these up. Make sure that those are kind of on the sticker sheet, I hope. We have our wave here. And I tried to do these kind of all a little bit different. So I'm going to do this one all the way to the right there. And I'm going to move this over so we can fit our hippo right there. Okay. And we're going to die cut all of this at once. Here we go. Now for the other things that I've already die cut, most of them also have the adhesive sheets on them. So if you do get this die set, if this is one of your free options for Sale-a-Bration, I would strongly recommend getting those adhesive sheets. They are a lifesaver. So here's our little wave. Isn't that cute? So I'll set that one aside. Then we have our little life preserver. And so this is already coming off. It's already sticky. So I'm actually just going to leave it in there until we're ready to use it. We have our boat. The die is off to the side. We have our A little snorkel gear, we'll get those out in just a minute. And we have our hippo. So let's move all that. And let's pull in all the rest of our pieces so we can just kind of start building things up. So there's that. And let's see, where's my scissors? To get this little piece out. Now, one thing that I did see, I saw another demonstrator use these dies, and so she used this piece, and she just cut off the little mouthpiece on there, and she used these as skis, and then this was like a ski goggle. So totally versatile. I thought that was such a cute idea. But these things, they're so versatile, and again, you don't have to use it with the hippos. Look around with what you have. Okay, so my other pieces, so I have all my waves here. So I have a couple of clouds that I die cut with the Give It a Whirl dies, which I love. I have a sun that I die cut with the Stylish Shapes dies. This is the smallest circle. I have a heart that I die cut with the Sale-a-Bration tags dies, and all these supplies are going to be listed on my blog and in the video description on YouTube. So if you need to shop for any of these, you can. Now for my other little tiny pieces, I have the heart dies from those Hippo dies. There's little tiny hearts in here. They're right here. They are so cute. So I have those, and then this little piece right here is like the propeller on the boat. So the hearts have adhesive sheets on them. The propeller doesn't, and I'll explain why in a second. And then I just have lots of little splashes here that are die cut with adhesive sheets on them using Bermuda Bay and Coastal Cabana. So we'll leave those in the bowl for now. And we're going to start assembling. So I need my Stampin' Seal. Now for my waves, I'm going to put adhesive on the front of the Bermuda Bay ones. We're going to stick those in. I'm going to just adhere them onto those little center tabs there. And kind of stagger the heights of them, just like that. Now for the Coastal Cabana ones, I'm going to put adhesive on the backs of them. And then that way we're going to kind of just sandwich that balmy blue tab in the middle, and then these will definitely look like they're just floating. Okay, so just stick that on there. And then this one's going to go just like that. So can you see our scene already building up? Isn't that cute? And you're never going to see those balmy blue tabs because now they're sandwiched in there. And so they just look like they're floating, which is just, it's so adorable. I love it. Okay. All right, let's do one of our clouds. I think it's this one that I glued down flat. So I'm going to use some liquid adhesive for this. And I'm just going to put adhesive on half of this. And this one's going to overhang on the right a little bit. Now, when you fold it up, you need to decide how this is going to go in the envelope. Is it going to go in like this? Or is it going to go in like this? If you fold it in to put it in like this, then it's no longer going to fit in the envelope because now that cloud is hanging over. So I'm doing mine to fold like this. And so on the top tab, I can go over on the right, and on this bottom flap, I can go over on the left, so that when it all folds flat, all the overhang is going to be in the middle. So I hope that makes sense, and not on the outside. So I hope that makes sense. This project, I hope, is not too complicated. I hope I'm not over complicating it. Okay, dimensional for the back of our sun. That's going to go up here. I'm just going to put it a little bit over the top there, and then our other cloud is going to go on there on the side. So I'm just going to put a dimensional right onto my project, and then just stick my, whoops, this one I do not want to hang over though. Oop, just like that. There we go. So see, I caught myself. Almost put it over, but I caught myself. All right, so that's our little clouds. So let's work on our boat. So the boat is actually going to go into the water, and so a little bit of adhesive just on the very bottom of that. You don't want it to stick up because part of the boat will be sticking up. So just like that. So cute. Now for my little motor for my boat, I did not put adhesive sheets on the back of this because part of it will be sticking up. I'm just going to put a little dot of glue right here. You could use a glue dot too. Part of it will be sticking up, and I didn't want it to stick to anything once it's closed. So we're just going to glue the little motor on there, just like that. Super cute. And it's so cute. All right, now let's get our hippo on. A little bit of adhesive behind there. We're going to tuck him. I'm going to try to tuck him behind that Bermuda Bay wave. But it looks like my adhesive is too high up, so that's okay. We'll just glue him down just right behind it. And that'll work too. Just give it a minute. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. I just love these boxes. I'm not sure why I ever stopped making them, but okay, so for his little goggles, so now we have the adhesive sheet on here, so we're just going to peel that off. And now it's like a sticker. So we'll just stick those right onto his face there. So cute. And the same with his little snorkel gear here. Just peel that off. And then we're just going to kind of put that mouthpiece on, and then just kind of position that up the top there. Isn't that cute? He's so cute. Okay, what else do we have? Let's go ahead and stick on our little heart. That's going to go on with dimensionals. Just a couple dimensionals on that one. Peel those off. And let's see, how did I do that? I think I did it almost in the center. Just like that. Now for our greeting, here's my scissors. I'm going to just kind of trim these at an angle. Oh, you know what? I used a die for this one. I'm just realizing that now. This is actually a little banner. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, there we go in the view. This is actually a banner from the Sale-a-Bration tags die. I didn't even realize that. Well, you can do it either way. A little bit of adhesive on the back of this one. This is going to overlap the heart just like that. All right, let's get to our little life preserver here. Now they do have these little pieces, so I'm going to take these out with my scissors. I'm just going to kind of pull those out. It's all very sticky, so just be careful. Pull that one out. Go around. When you die cut with the foam adhesive sheet, sometimes it's good to go through a couple of times. I didn't do that, so mine wants to stick a little bit more than normal. But if you die cut it, if you go through a couple of times, it'll die cut perfectly. And just peel that piece off. There we go. Peel off, pull out the center of our little preserver, and there we go. Isn't that cute? And it's sticky and it's dimensional, and that's just going to go right on our little boat, just like that. In case he should fall into the ocean, he will be rescued. All right. Move all the trash out of the way. Don't want to lose that die. All right, now for our little hearts, these have adhesive sheets on the back. So I'm just going to peel off the backing on these. And then we're going to stick these down. You can use your take your pick tool if you're having trouble peeling off the adhesive. You can use your take your pick tool. Now for my color palette here, I went with a lot of colors in the Brights family. The big heart, this one, the stitched one, is Flirty Flamingo. The little hearts are Melon Mambo. The boat was Pacific Point. The waves are Bermuda Bay and Coastal Cabana. His goggles and snorkel gear are Granny Apple Green. The sun is Daffodil Delight. And then I think the only thing out of the Brights color palette is the Balmy Blue for the actual card, but everything else was in the Brights. All right, one more tiny little heart. And then the last thing that we have is our little splashes. So this little heart goes here. Now these dies, I mean, you can see they're a little bit finicky, they're a little bit fussy because they're so tiny, but I think they're totally worth it. Okay, so I have these little splashes here from the dies, from those Hippo dies, and I'm just going to peel off those backings. See, die cutting them with the adhesive sheets is great until you have to take all the backings off of these, but I will tell you guys that I don't normally have trouble taking the backings off unless there's a camera rolling. So there is that. So I'm going to do one little splash of each color right there on the little flap, and then I'm going to do one little splash of each color on the little boat right here. So we're going to use some smaller ones for the boat up here. So super cute. So one little splash going this way, and then I'll do another little splash going the opposite way. So peel that off, and that's going to be it, guys. That is our, I'll move these out. You can save those 2 other little splashes for something. But that is our cute little card in a box. Isn't that adorable? So this will fold flat, so you can fit it in an envelope. You can mail it to somebody. There's plenty of room on the back to still write a message. This will stand up on their desk or their table, their mantle, wherever they display cards. It's super cute. Everything looks like it's floating inside. I think it's just adorable. So let me know what you think. If this is one of your top celebration selections, make sure that you shop my online store. Get it during celebration. Remember, while supplies last. I do think that the Hippo Dies may sell out, so make sure that you grab these if you want them. It's my host code to shop my online store. All orders will receive a PDF with 3 exclusive projects. If your order's over $50, you're going to receive the free celebration item and a make and take kit to coordinate with that PDF. Alright guys, that's it for me. If you're watching this on Facebook, please share this with your crafty friends. If you are on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. That really helps me out. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Now, I won't be live on Wednesday. We are swamped with back to school stuff. The kids' school starts in a little bit, but I do actually have a video that I've already pre-recorded, and that will go up on my blog on Wednesday. So make sure you check my blog Wednesday morning. I still will have a fun project and a video to share on Wednesday. Alright guys, I'll see you back here next week for Celebration Sunday, and have a fantastic week. Bye.